As for the other big story here, that's the fallout between President Trump and Elon Musk. And after last week's really tumultuous back and forth between the two, Musk was posting on social media this weekend in support of the president, mostly about the ongoing LA protests. But President Trump told NBC in a phone interview on Saturday that he had not spoken with Musk and he did not expect to. The president saying that while he would be allowed to cancel government contracts with Musk's companies, Starlink and SpaceX, he was asked about, he says he hasn't given it much thought. He also called Musk, quote, very disrespectful, and he said he assumed their relationship was over, saying that he saw no reason to try to repair it. So, Scott, likely not the end of what we're hearing between these two men, but for now, at least the president appears to be trying to move on. Scott.
Megan, thank you. Megan Cassella, North Lawn of the White House, with the latest on both of those fronts, which have obviously garnered a lot of interest. Stephanie Link, on the market standpoint first in these trade talks, what are your expectations? What do you care about most coming out of this as to where you think stocks go from here?
Well, Joe used the word progress in the last segment, and I would say the same thing. I want to hear progress. I don't think we're going to get a lot of detail, unfortunately. But Scott, you know what's interesting? In the face of all of this uncertainty, we are still growing right now. GDP almost at 4%. The Atlanta Fed tracker came out late last week at 3.8%. And I went back and I looked at the first quarter GDP numbers. And remember, the first quarter, which was actually a negative in terms of GDP, but final sales to private domestic purchasers rose 3%. Business equipment sales rose 22%. Consumption up about 2%. So we are in a position to handle this very well. And why we care is because we always bring it back to earnings. And I think earnings are going to continue to deliver and exceed expectations. So I just want to get this behind us and let's start focusing on the other parts of the administration's growth agenda, meaning lower taxes and also deregulation. And I think that will be very much welcome from me anyway.
Joe, I want to get your thoughts on the falling out between Elon Musk and the president. You own the stock. I don't think we've heard from you directly related to that issue yet. A couple of calls on it today do, however, mention it. Downgraded at Baird today. They say that Musk's ties to President Trump have added considerable uncertainty. Also downgraded today at Argus. They're concerned that the war of words between the two, along with the expiration of EV credits, could further weaken demand for new Teslas. How are you thinking about all of this? I feel like Joe's audio is having a bit of an issue. We'll attempt to work on that. But you did see those two downgrades today.
I'm right here.
So now we can hear you, Joe. So tell me how you're thinking about this.
Yeah. So look, what the strategy that we incorporate, it's rules based. So I have a universe of 500 stocks. I can't change that 500 stocks without going to the SEC and changing the prospectus. I'm not going to do that. But I will say this, if I had the ability, if I had the discretion to kind of tweak the strategy, there are certain stocks where I would say, okay, you know what? Forget about the actual capital that we're going to expend on investing. Why are we expending the mental capital in being in these names? Because there's such a chaotic nature surrounding Tesla, and that chaotic nature has existed for far many years. He is, without question, arguably the world's greatest innovator. He's a phenomenal businessman. And when he's specifically focused on Tesla-centric strategies, that's when the stock thrives. But when you have all these extracurricular activities that are taking him away from thinking about the innovation and the future of the business, it's just too chaotic. And I don't understand why anyone who has the discretion would exert that type of mental capital. In addition to that, remember, the significant challenge that Tesla has in terms of margins is because they are reliant on a lot of components and materials from China for the development of batteries. And because of the high tariff rate there, that's going to continue to be a challenge for this company, and you're going to see margin compression as a result of it. So there's nothing we could do. It's in the universe, so we'll maintain positioning there. But if you have the ability to exert discretion, I just don't understand why you accept the chaotic nature surrounding it.